Kimi being a goat laner, Kimi has that flexibility. You pick a Jushin, you know where she's going. You're not going to bring Jushin to the goat lane or the roam as well. So you kind of know the play style, right?
Correct.
So I think, especially right now in this particular draft or particular meta, the main goal right here is to pick these kind of heroes that you cannot really tell. Same idea and mythology could be applied over to Lucas as well. And now we have to go into the picks right near King's Vanguard going to be goes first pick, RSG going second. The coaches right here, Joe H from King's Vanguard decided to take away the Fanny, a bit of respect over to Yon. Yon is a very aggressive jungler.
Okay. So Chip, Fanny still gonna be the bans here. On the other side, of course, is it Harris, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Lucas, sorry. Yeah, it is Lucas there. And yeah, speaking of Harith, there you go. Matilda has been banned. Harith also is considered as one of the priority picks when it comes to the gold lane there. So, okay. Still,
Right now, they're just taking common suspects, right?
Yep.
Like they're basically going up to, they're going through their watch list, right? These are the heroes that we don't want to meet. That's what Joe H and Mux is doing. They're basically trading, right? So I think right now, based on what I'm seeing, based on this draft, the only respect I'm seeing coming from King's Vanguard is Joe H banning Yon's Fanny, but at the same time, RSG is just going, you know what? We're gonna remove all the annoying things, right? And apart from being annoying, Mathilda, being also apart from the fact we kind of established that Mathilda is a very annoying hero.
Correct.
That's also one of Bao's comforts.
I see. As well as we have mentioned, of course, Nanda's Lucas as well. So there you go. That's gonna be the comfort picks here. Okay, there you go. The Harriet has been banned. On the other side, Phobias is pretty much open as well. Here
Phobias.
we've seen the Zushin pretty much open as well. So it could be also considered here the side of RSG.
Yep, definitely. RSG needs to try to pick the poison right here, ladies and gents. There's so many things that are open. You mentioned the juice, and don't forget about the Kimi as well, right? So now Amux ban the Kimi, just don't want to meet about it because Kimi is so strong right here. Unless RSG has a way to deal with this Kimi, right? Ban something else, force King's Vanguard to pick the Kimi, and RSG, because they've got 2 picks after they're on the red side, right? They are able to basically react to how King's Vanguard wants to play the game.
Okay. Oh, Lilia. That's the first time I think we've seen a Lilia ban here.
Hasn't been pick ban at all in this season.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's going to be a Lilia ban there, but I haven't seen any players for the side of KGV using the Lilia in that situation, but it opens up Kimi pick here for the side of KGV. We've seen Walker Knuckle also play this hero. Good positioning from this guy, actually. We have seen the combo coming in from this team fight, and Kimi with a Destruction Pulse can actually be a better way to go for that advantage for crowd controls and surprises attacks.
Yeah, King's Vanguard definitely has to pick up this Kimi, right?
Ooh,
too important, too invaluable to basically leak out the way. But now RSG, I want to see how they deal with this Kimi. Is it going to be an assassin like a Hayabusa to sneak in, abuse the iframes, get out, or to a certain extent, there you go.
There you go. We call it.
Yon just goes snap pick the Hayabusa right away.
Actually, it's one of the weaknesses of those mages who love to have a good positioning. So you want someone to go deep down there or go for a flank maneuver. Hayabusa is one of the best assassins to do that one. In Moscow as well, wow, they have so many mobility coming in from the side of RSG.
RSG, like, I think they're just basically just trying to knock this give this wombo combo over to King's Vanguard. Now imagine if you already have Pierce coming out from that Kimi, you don't want to give more Pierce in the form of Moscow, because what King's Vanguard could potentially do is, abuse the fact that Luxenstein can also use the Moskov to push the side lanes, after that join the fight by Spear of Destruction, and then after that, all of a sudden, King's Vanguard has so much AoE that RSG don't want to handle. So a really smart choice coming out from Amux right here.
So right now for Amux here as their coach, actually this is one of the duos, the Hayabusa and the Moskov, who loves to play sides. So they now have the advantage here when it comes to the map control here. And KGV, they are still going into the team fight composition. And Kimi, Hylos, this is pretty good. You have now forward... okay, both of actually you do have really a great vanguard here with the Phobius as well as
Definitely.
the high-lows. Then you have a artillery on the back line that is going to be the Kimi as well.
Yeah, King's Vanguard is literally doing exactly what we kind of expect them to do. Number one, we're going to protect our carries, namely in the form of Liechtenstein. We need a strong wall. We need somebody to distract. The Phobius is that distraction. The Hylos is the distraction and wall as well.
Well, pretty good. Now I think RSG here they need something to save these heroes though. I mean when it comes to
Ooh,
team
okay.
fights.
All right.
Okay,
all right.
still mobility is there. I think this is the priority coming in from the side of RSG. It's gonna be easy for them to scatter around when the team fight brawls out here.
Yeah.
Imagine Glorious Pathway being laid in, then we scram.
Yeah,
Bam,
we scrap.
that's the thing.
We scrap. Basically, they're like the way they're doing it is they're rats in the ship that senses danger. Immediately when King's Vanguard 4 members shows up, all of them from the side of RSG was able to just scramble out of wings by
Yeah.
wings. Quad Shadow out of the way. Moskov would never be there because he's
Of course,
on the
yes,
side
yes,
like,
yes,
pushing
yes.
so hard.
But then again, I still kind of worry when it comes to KGV. Yes, they do have pretty good team fight, but then they need something to catch these heroes here. So mobility-wise, yes, Glorious Pathway, you can run down there, but hard CC, you need something like that one. I mean, okay,
Yeah.
you do have also the high-lows, Phobius here, the EXP. Now the lacking here is the jungle itself.
Well, there's definitely quite a few junglers that I can propose. The Lancelot, Kyrie brought it back up. If you want to go back into the Onyx, yes, I am a Kyrie fanboy at the same time, apart from Diablo. But there's also, the other other
Ling.
junglers like the Link
Yep.
which was also shown by Nan as well.
Yep.
Not Nandes, but Nan from Absolute Zero. There's also still the Grandeur that's kind of left open for both these two sides. Now, King's
Suyo.
Vanguard, if they really want to go for that one, they can also go for that. Suyo as well. You mentioned that. That's also a very invaluable jungler, something that can hit the power spikes very quickly and snowball out of control.
Yeah, I just worry that KGV right now with this first phase of their picks, they really lack the crowd control when it comes to the lineup. Yeah, you do have the truck and pulse, but it has a certain
You
timer.
need to land it.
Yeah, you need to land it
Yeah.
perfectly, and there's a timer before it roots you there.
Correct.
And of course, high-lows, you need to be near at the hero to deal the stun there.
Yep.
Then again, okay, team fight wise, they can really pull it through. But RSG for now, for me, Jace, this is a better pick here, countering the lineup here on the side of KGV.
I think it's just RSG understanding how King's Vanguard wants to play. King's Vanguard wants to stack up as 5. RSG, on the other hand, I'm not even going to handshake these team fights, right? So if RSG handshake these team fights, it's going to go into the favor of King's Vanguard. So RSG is deciding, okay, you
Yep.
know what? I'm just going to out-rotate you. I'm going to have mobility heroes. What's coming up next? I don't know. I'm just throwing out ideas. Even though RSG has selected a Farsa, even a Loi or a Gato Kacha coming out from the side of RSG will be solid because you got your
Correct.
globals, you got your stunts. You mentioned how RSG is lacking the CCs. There you go. The Gato Kacha deals everything, and he is a brick wall.
I think this is. Oh, there you go. The Suyu has been banned as well here for the side of RSG. Oh, yeah, you predicted it. Zervi got a Kacha here for the side of RSG. Pretty
Yep.
solid lineup here. Pretty good scaling as well. The only thing here, RSG, they mustn't be. Get caught off guard here for the side of KGV. Once KGV really force you into team fights there, it's going to be their advantage here. That's the thing. How could KGV force team fights here against RSG?
Yeah, I think that's one way to do it, right? King's Vanguard can force the team fights either using what you mentioned, the traction pull, the implosion from Timu, but albeit a good range. So I'm not too sure whether it's from Timu. It's actually kind of decent, mind you. And there you go. There's more CCs, even more lockdowns. Because looking at how RSG is playing, they've already got the Gato Kacha to kind of disengage. They've also got people that could just fly away, literally on the form of Farsa. They need even more lockdowns to basically end the contract right there and there. There you go. The Alpha, the Ultimate coming in to lock him down. There's also, more CCs on top of that. And now you can see that Kimi is definitely going into the mid lane. Bruno joining the roster coming up from King's Vanguard.
Now at least King's Vanguard has the insurance here when it comes to the late stages of the game. Now I can really see here for the players
Oh, yeah.
with here.
Guinevere. Okay.
EXP, right?
Okay.
EXP Guinevere.
Definitely, Guinevere going to EXP. You can also, technically speaking, bring the Guinevere into the jungle, but seems like because they've already got the Hayabusa, and I like it, right? Right now, RSG is identifying, yes, we've got a roster that could just scatter. Like, the whole plan is to scram, just in case anything happens. I need more disengage. How to disengage? I've got the Gatokacha with the AOG, basically just try to zone you out, try to block you from coming over to my side. There's also a Guinevere, very flexible, very mobile to get on the way as well.
And they do have the team fight capability as well.
Yes.
If they're forced into that situation, I think pretty good. Nice picks coming in from the side of RSG. But I'm now looking forward for this match, ladies and gentlemen. This is our first match here in the secondary seeded stage. KGV versus the side of RSG.
Right now, ladies and gents, this is the first game. Excited for this particular matchup. We've already set the stage so many times. King's Vanguard, nothing to lose, technically speaking, because Wakanako and Nandes trying to make a name for themselves in MPL Singapore, but RSG Singapore holding the last vestiges, literally holding the flag that's almost rotten already for the side of RSG, in a good way, mind you.
In a good way. And they're growing.
They are growing, and they're basically defending the honor of RSG fans.
Exactly. This is the top 3 we have in the Season 8 here. And with this kind of lineup, man, they do have the advantage when countering here when it comes to team fight.
Interesting. Jay is actually a Guinevere on the EXP. On the roam. First blood. Like what I mentioned, this is the growth that I was talking about. CS is so... It's getting really good. The Shippuden arc, no, he's already adult Naruto at this point.
No way! That's gonna be a pin down there. Nandes been taken down, and Roy? Jay on the Guinevere roam.
Yeah, so
didn't expect that one.
Exactly, like this is what I was talking about, right? Dr. J being so flexible in his hero picks. He's played so many different heroes in very competitive matches. He's also been in MPL Singapore since Season 1 itself, heading all the way to Kingsman.
Oh, look at the damage here. Bao will be falling down once again. And I think RSG is on the right track here.
Definitely, this is really not good if you're an RSG fan, but now there's also going to be a little bit of scuffle happening between at the bottom lane. I'm loving what RSG is doing right now.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not expecting as well that it is going to be RSG actually being the aggressors here in the early stage of game. We have highlighted, of course, KGV with this lineup. You have an alpha. You have here incredible Kimi Walker Knuckle here as well as Bao. They could have done more here, but RSG is there.
Yep, right here, the turtle being contested right here. Yon already setting up, trying to pull the turtle over to his side. Bao's setting a stage. This is the brick wall that King's Vanguard is trying to throw against RSG right here. But off the side of the screen, CS will be able to pick up Luxian's name by Walker Knuckle, picking up J. SOD will be able to miss. And now King's Vanguard has solid control around the turtle. It's a trade, but which one has the better value?
Oh man, with this turtle buff on the side from the here of King's Vanguard, they're very incredible here.
Yep, CS, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how they're going to transition over to this one, because you're expecting King's Vanguard to be a little bit more mid-game heavy, right?
Yes.
We've got level 4 power spikes coming on. Wakanako, Nandes, Super Ryan, technically everybody from the side of King's Vanguard super strong in this mid part of the game. That's why they're able to secure the turtle for themselves.
All right. We are going to be witnessing here how KGV will be able to go forward from this on. This is really surprising. Oh, Jay,
that's going to be a knockup as well. Phobius in a lot of trouble. No way for him to basically escape.
Wow.
This is the power of mobility that RSG is showing against King's Vanguard.
I think experience is now kicking off here, Jay.
Yeah, definitely.
I think RSG is really well prepared for this one.
Right now here, they're trying to basically gang up on CS on this one. There's no way for him to escape. Glorious Power being sent down here. But then again, what is the value here? Being able to slow down CS.
That's the thing. I think KGV's strength here is to be on together, but that is a 4-man gank on the bottom side.
Definitely.
So many resources has been expended just to get that kill. But then again, it's KGV's strength. They need to have the space for the side of Liechtenstein to have that late game insurance. And now KGV looking for opportunities here as well. And as we have mentioned, the lineup here coming in from RSG, so very mobile.
Yep, you start to notice that they're actually trying to stack S4 or 5 right here. RSG is not going to handshake this fight. Look at CS, what his role is. He's actually already dominating in the lane against a Bruno. Bruno is not really very strong in the early game portion, right? You should be able to outpoke CS, but CS solidifies that. He's a very strong foothold down the bottom side, but now he senses a bit of danger. I love this rotation coming out from CS. Turtle's going down, but he's not going to deal with it. He's going up top.
Yeah, exactly. And high level play in terms of the map awareness coming in. And remember, he has the SOD just in case they need reinforcements here on the turtle takedown. Now KGV. Again, they must initiate this team fights. They must force this way against RSG.
Yep.
They have the kit, they have the sustain, they have the ultimates very ready, and we'll see some action here.
Closer, looking for a point of entrance. Roy will start the fight with a feather air strike. Nandes right here using the spell of Alpha as well. Try to survive just a little bit longer. He won't be doing that. So now Bao goes down the Glorious pathway, and now the members from the side of RSG down low, a little bit low. Luxian Stein trying to output the damage. Walker Knuckles pierce down Jay right where he stands, but he's down a little bit low. That's a very massive fight for RSG, but look at what they're doing in the side lanes.
Yeah, indeed. Look at this one. As mentioned, the two side lane pressure here and the full commitment coming in from KGV. Yes, indeed. They have the turtle. Yes, they had a kill, but at what cost? Two side lanes for that trade.
Yep.
And RSG really is playing very well to their strength, and they know the weaknesses of KGV.
Like what Leo likes to say, right? Permanent damage. There you go. It's two side lanes, permanent damage. The turtle comes back, respawns. People, the heroes, your players comes back. They respawn. But RSG is literally trying to control the mid parts of the game really well by trying to force King's Vanguard to go back to play on a little bit more defense.
Oh, you don't want that one though for the side of King's Vanguard. You need to dictate the tempo here. And as we've seen, there's a force ultimate here coming in from Bao on the bottom lane, just to provide the space needed here for Luxian Stein. But look at this one. This is a concealed play.
Because you play looking for some form of experience. Bao will be the main person. Luxian also trying to get close over to Luxian Stein, actually zoning the rest of the member out where RSG deals with Bao. And now the AD will be committed. It's going to be Luxian Stein getting caught out as of now. Closer will be able to jump, but SOD jumps all the way to the backline, finishes off Luxian Stein at the same time. CS just outputting so much damage. Roy just up Ryan at the same time. RSG, the out rotation is actually hurting King's Vanguard.
Wow, beautiful call there for RSG to force the team fight, and look at the split push once again coming in from Yon and Hayabusa.
That's not even the 5v5.
Oh, exactly, and now it opens up the map here for RSG SG. It is going to be really difficult here for King's Vanguard to recover. Again, their insurance here is Luxian Stein, but look at his stats here. He has 3 deaths already.
Yeah, the worst point is King's Vanguard wants to be a death ball, but they are not death. They're just ball. RSG is literally playing ball, bouncing King's Vanguard around top lane, mid lane, and bottom lane, and King's Vanguard has no answer. Yes, RSG, you can take. RSG is saying yes, you can take the turtle, but King's Vanguard, it's like, okay, I can take turtle, but what's next? There's no plan.
Permanent damage on the side lanes, yeah.
Victor Walker Knuckle takes out the turtle at the same time. Closer, you will be able to use AOG. Turns out Nandes just a little bit more. Bao dropping out the Glorious Pathway all the way, but he's all alone. The rest of the members will be able to do it, Bao, but at the same time, the Shadow Kill goes! Shuts down the Kimmy, and Yon picks up a double kill. This is the way that RSG will be able to deal with their first pick Kimmy.
Wow, that was a beautiful exchange though. We have seen Bao doing his best to provide the zone of control on the back lines against RSG. Meanwhile, Yon, in the perfect timing, goes for the flank and goes for the kills as well. And look at this replay here in the turtle. As you can see, it is now going to be closer, going to go for the zone control, but Bao doing the same thing here.
Yeah.
We have a split decision here, but look at Yon. This is the great decision making coming in from this assassin, doing his part. And Luxian Stein did the same thing. I think this is what we are seeing, high level of a team play execution on the turtle.
Yeah, this is exactly what I was kind of afraid about, right? King's Vanguard, they have to try to protect Luxian Stein, but Luxian Stein, you've got an assassin, you got literally somebody can ignore your wall, jump over your wall, face through your wall, and that's in the form of Yon. And King's Vanguard cannot protect their carries.
Oh, man, King's Vanguard. You still have a Kimi here for the side of King's Vanguard. These are literally 2 marksmen coming in from KGV. Will this be enough for the scaling momentum though? Remember, we still have outer tarts here surviving for the side of King's Vanguard. It's not yet over for KGV, but RSG, with the pacing of this
Yep.
game, they are controlling actually the momentum here.
They're controlling the map entirely, Deadeye, because you know, top side, bot side, mid side, RSG has decided to go to trade, but this trade is not in the favor from the side of King's Vanguard. But then Yon springs a trap. King's Vanguard activating a trap cut right there.
Okay, that's change CC for you, and Yon has been caught on surprise. Okay, again, at what cost? A tower on the bottom. Every time King's Vanguard going for a forced team fight here, there's always a trade coming in from RSG.
Yeah, and that's the markings of a very experienced team, right? Don't forget, RSG SG has been playing together very well. Bao now stepping a little bit far from the rest of the members, closer right here, trying to gap close. Glorious Pathway already, but then again, Bao is playing his own game.
Wow.
He goes on Glorious Pathway, trying to zone it now.
Oh!
Being a very beautiful knocker coming out from Jay. Two members are Luxian stays stuck, skies back just a little bit more. AOG will not be able to commit right here, and now it's going to be King's Vanguard trying to overturn. They take the Lord, and they also take some members right here. Jay got to continue to fight just a little bit longer. CS outputting damage in the backline. You can see the shadow kill going in from the side of RSG, but Roy picking up a double kill. And King's Vanguard, you thought they had something, but no, they squandered it away.
What a trade, what a turn of events there. But then again, it's still KGV who took the Lord into their side. But what a sweet exchange, what a great opening game we are having here, Jay.
Yeah.
So much action from both teams.
Yeah, this is like a blue pill, red pill moment. This is like two, like pick a trade. RSG literally gave up a lot of objectives. They don't really secure any form of lords in any turtles at all, giving over to King's Vanguard. But what they get back map control. But now King's Vanguard, if they want to make something work, Deadeye, they have to abuse this lord.
Yeah, I think they need to take advantage of pushing the lanes at least here. Now the Lord is pushing through on the top side here. They mass concentrate here in the mid as well, as we are now seeing a convergence here in the middle lane.
Yep.
They're forcing their way through.
Yeah, Monkey together strong, literally. That's what the play of King's Vanguard. There's also going to be a SOD kind of being landed down from the side of the background. Shadow kill will be committed by the side of King RSG already, trying to push them away and out to push King's Vanguard away.
Okay, the Lord has been expended already there. But then again, when it comes to a team fight, at this for the Lord fights, I think this is the time where RSG must really contest here. They cannot give an involved Lord the next time around. If they ever going to sacrifice that one, they must pick the right targets.
They must pick not only just the right target, the right macro decision,
Ooh,
right trade. And now Luxian already kicking down this turret. The members of Bao
Bao.
actually over descending this time round. Really nice play coming up from Bao, trying to pull the attention away. Roy goes into the fair, the airstrike, zoning the members of King's Vanguard away for now.
Little by little, they're now going to objectives here. And now KGV, they pretty much very tanky, right? I mean, it's not anymore that RSG can easily pick off here the back lines. We have seen how sustainable this lineup right now here in the 12-minute mark. But 40 seconds soon, it's going to be now the Evolved Lord. Oh, man.
Yep.
The split pushing still continues. RSG SG making its way here through those pressure in the lanes.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching MPL Singapore, not Game of Thrones right here, because this is a game of trades. King's Vanguard is actually realizing what RSG is doing. They're also trying to adapt, trying to set up traps for the like of Yon. Yon you saw all the way up top, and now they need to try to catch the members of RSG one by one.
Speaking of catch, I think the target here on the top side here. And CS just poking his way through. They know. I think they know. RSG knows about this one, and the Lord is now up as well.
Wait, Nandes actually used the Spirit of Alpha just to get on the way. Yes, that's a very short cooldown. Ultimate, maybe RSG SG can make a play out of that information.
Speaking of which, now it is actually the first time you're seeing that RSG SG here in the pit. Usually it's King's Vanguard who is controlling this area first, and now Bao as well. Now I'm going to highlight Bao. Bao is doing pretty good of zoning out RSG in the back lines.
He's basically the punching bag for the side of RSG, right?
Yes.
Trying to take the advantage away. And now without CS right here, Bao is almost unstoppable because the rest of the members of RSG does burst damage. And now I think RSG, when you mentioned, they cannot give up this Lord.
Oh, there you go. Yon is here. He has the vision. And it's not gonna be easy for King's Vanguard now. Remember the push here at the top side here. CS doing his thing. I think this is the perfect opportunity for RSG.
RSG will try to make that a perfect opportunity right now. CS joining the fight as well. AOG going to land right in the Lord pit at the same time. Shadow kill at the same time. Roy picks up the Lord as Roy picks up a mega kill. They took advantage of King's Vanguard. They're not there. The main damage damage, not there, and RSG sprung the trap instead.
Oh, high level
A clean wipeout right here. RSG SG. The out rotation, the out maneuvering. Yes, you could put a wall, but I have ways to go around it. And ladies and gentlemen, you're watching the victory march of RSG SG in game number 1.
Oh man, absolutely great team play we're seeing from RSG there. And as you can see, what the weakness of a team fight composition is the mobility and the split pushes. And as expected, RSG did their thing. And it's very effective in the game.
I feel like this game is one of the most beautiful games I've seen
Yeah,
so far
man.
in this season.
True.
Right? Like, yes, it is kind of very leaning over to the side of RSG's being a leader in the pole position in terms of manipulating the map, manipulating the members of King's Vanguard. King's Vanguard as well, they realize, hey, you know what? I think I know your game. But by the time they come out with a counter, it's a little bit too late.
Yeah, speaking of counter, right? So we've seen also that Liechtenstein highlighted that he was the insurance in the late game. And you know what? RSG knows about this one. They prioritized the gold lane. 3 deaths in the early stage of the game. Liechtenstein having a difficult time to really bounce back in that kind of situation. And we have seen, of course, King's Vanguard doing their forced team fights there. It's what their team composition really shines there. But then again, split pushes.
Yeah,
it's beautiful.
Yeah, the thing is, because of the split pushes, it allows a lot more, angles of attack from the side of RSG SG. And then apart from that, because how, the positioning coming off of King's Vanguard, it's a little bit, I would say, Bao was, it's not the fact that I feel Bao is overextending. I feel like the rest of the team cannot catch up with Bao. The glorious pathway, right?
True, true.
You're supposed to take the green carpet to success, but the rest of the members, they're like, okay, you know what? I'm not going to step on the green carpet. I will play around the sides, but that's also because there's a feather airstrike over there. There's an AOG in the way. It's very hard for King's Vanguard to basically deal with.
It is. And we've seen also, yes, there's some fights there they want to go for a pick, but it costs them 4 players just to get a 1 kill at a trade of 2 turrets, an open mid turret.
Yep.
It's really, really difficult there. It's still, even though the death was against the side of RSG, it's still their win.
It is, and don't forget, if you look at the stats, RSG was never interested in the turtle. The turtle was an excuse.
Even
for
the First
them.
Lord.
Yeah, the First Lord. And these neutral objectives were an excuse for them to basically split push on the sides.
Yeah, speaking of the split push, on that last sequence, right, I love how CS just dragged Liechtenstein on the top side.
Yep.
That meant a 4v5 situation on that Lord takedown. Beautiful gameplay there.
And let me also rewind you back. I'm not too sure whether you guys picked this up, but CS, he's actually hiding in the bush when the members of King's Vanguard shows up at the Lord Pit. The lack of the lack of vision made King's Vanguard hesitate, and that hesitation was basically a gamble, right, that RSG was making, and RSG won that gamble. They won that gamble when, by the time when King's Vanguard is basically trying to push that Lord, CS comes in, split pushes, hard shove that lane, and then after that rotates over. Liechtenstein has no choice but to rotate over. Maybe King's Vanguard could have sent some Monday else, because right here, if you look at Bao, Nandes, Walker, Nako, and Super Ryan, maybe you can say yes, Walker, Nako can output the damage, but then again, I think they need more damage at that particular point of time.
Yeah, especially the recovery that we're looking for Liechtenstein, it hasn't been really there. And now on the other side, though, the switch, I thought this is an EXP Guinevere that we
Definitely
actually expecting here, but it is actually a roam. And I do love how Jay has been very aggressive, man. Dr. J being the architect once again, trying to pin down here Liechtenstein on the gold lane time and time and time again. And RSG really played it very, very good at this this first game of our series. So remember, this is a best of 3 series here. So we are going to expect later on a bounce back here for the side of KGV.
If you guys are watching this, ladies and gents, you definitely love a lot of pointers that RSG has been sharing with us. They understand the rotations, they understand the meta, they understand their enemies as well. And literally, if you want to take the checkboxes of Sun Tzu Art of War, there you have it. RSG is basically writing their own Art of War.
Yeah, I love how the progression coming in from RSG right now. I think the side here of Jay, he's really good. I mean, he fits very well in this lineup,
Yeah.
right? So the aggressiveness coming in from Jay, and as well as the original roster coming in from RSG, is pretty good. Now it's still another win coming in from this team. So if I'm not mistaken, right, they are actually tied with the other teams for the side of RSG. And now with this win of the series, they can actually be at the top.
Yeah, they're definitely, they're at the mid of the
Yep.
pack right now. Technically speaking, Flash being the top, KE, Kingdom
King-
Esports, King's
King
Vanguard,
Vanguard.
RSG SG being in the middle pack. Evil a little bit struggling just a little bit.
Yeah.
They're not having a really good season, but we'll talk about them in just a moment. We have to focus on King's Vanguard. How are they gonna deal with RSG,
Okay.
knowing this game number one?
Actually, during the draft alone, we can see that RSG already actually taking over that part.
Definitely.
So on that execution wise, it's just putting icing on the cake there. So now KGV, pretty much it is one-sided, right? I mean, we're seeing very predictable pickings.
Right. On top of the fact that you have to be good at your hero, you need to master macro. At the same time, you also have to take a look of the whole map. But before we actually expand on that one, here you go. The MVP of the game,
Oh.
Roy on that Farsa. 9-1-11 is his KDA. 10k gold. 100% kill participation. He's always there when
Yeah.
his team is looking for the kills.
So basically everywhere, and they couldn't catch this guy with only a single death. That's the thing. With the wings by wings, it's gonna be easy for him to go back, as well as position himself at the right moment, at the right time. With 100% kill participation, this is big as well.
Yep.
Only shows here that RSG can also fight if they need to together.
Now, correction, that's not a flame shot Farsa, by the way. That's a purified Farsa. But he actually identifies. This is also one of his comfort heroes as well from the side of Roy. Roy has been there also. He's been through the international stage before. His experience comes in and gives wonders over the side of RSG.
Wow, RSG, game one. And now let us see in how this game will go on. KGV, though, on the other side. Lucas has been banned. So this is one of the heroes has been really showing up on the side of KGV.